Peppermint Candy Mandy broadcasting on 104.3, your source of information in Kate's Store, Pray Church, and elsewhere. The big news today is that Hunter Chernovsky is looking for a few good men to move our first line of defense farther to the north. Folks, we are taking the battle to the enemy. Mr. Chernovsky is looking for men from 16 to 30 years of age. He's looking for a 4-month commitment starting now. If you are that man, or you know that man, forward those names to Kate, Rick in Kate's Store, Pastor Sam, or Luke Salazar in Pray Church, or Paul Seraph if you live in the area immediately north of Eaton Rapids. A few of you said you liked yesterday's reading, so that is how I will close this broadcast. From King Henry V, Act 3, a play by William Shakespeare. Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace there is nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favored rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Now set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fet from fathers of war proof, fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonor not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called father did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeomen, whose limbs are made in England, show us here the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none of you so mean and base, that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge cry God for Harry, England, and St. George. From Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, King James Version. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the haven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to loose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of man to be exercised in. God hath made everything beautiful in his time. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. Peppermint Candy Mandy, signing off.